So I am a victim of something extraordinary that happened today and something that I need to communicate with our community. So apologies if you enjoy the walk and talks with Nick, but this is so much more important than anything that Nick could have possibly covered in his walk and talk today. And look, this is absurd. It's scary. It's something that anybody that is invested in cryptocurrency must understand. And this isn't bullshit. This isn't clickbait. This is probably one of the single most important risks to anybody that's successful in cryptocurrency. This is probably the most important video that you should watch if you're investing in cryptocurrencies, be that Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, altcoins, NFTs. This is absolutely disgusting. If you're in the UK, it's definitely a must watch because this could happen to you. And if you're not in the UK, I would still encourage you to watch because this could happen near you. This could happen to you if your country allows this sort of absurdity to happen where you live. So let's get down and talk about it. So completely unscripted, just, yeah, shocking. Like still in shock now making this video. So I'll tell you what's happened. My bank, Santander, have decided to threaten to close my bank account down because of crypto. And I want to give a bit of a full sort of background story to all of this because it is terrible and really concerning when you're investing in cryptocurrency. And there is a line that I kind of feel has been massively crossed today over the last couple of weeks, actually, that this has been going on. So let me just give you a bit of background, right? So I'll just keep it to myself rather than sort of involve and talk on behalf of Nick. But I'm very law-abiding. I've paid all my taxes. I've done everything by the book. I run a legitimate business in the UK, and you know, I've banked with Santander for an awful long time. But last week, Santander phoned me, or they phoned me. They phoned my wife because I was in a business meeting, and anyway, they asked a lot of questions about where the funds in and out of my bank account were going. Now, I understand that the UK regulator, the FCA, obviously mandate banks to make sure money laundering isn't happening, and so on. But obviously I do everything by the book, so I've got nothing to hide, so I don't mind answering questions. So I spent over an hour, maybe an hour and a half on the phone with Santander answering all the questions about, you know, my business, how much did it cost for me to start up the business, how much is the business turning over a year, what percentage of the business do I own, what does the business do, you know, is the business just operating in the UK or is it abroad? Am I a taxpayer in other jurisdictions? Do I have properties in different parts of the world? Do I rent out properties? The list goes on, but I answered all these questions as best to my knowledge, being surprised to get the phone call and no real time to prep for such a call to give the most accurate details possible. But a lot of questions come up around cryptocurrency. So anyway, cryptocurrency, like, how much did I initially start investing in cryptocurrency? What platforms do I use to invest in cryptocurrency? Was this payment crypto related? And this was involving a third-party payment gateway that I used to buy NFTs on OpenSea. I was asked whether I'm going to continue using that third party. I got asked so many different questions, and we got to a point in the call that I thought everything was answered, and there were no issues, and the call closed. As far as I was concerned, that was the end of the matter. I actually had a conversation with Nick afterwards, because I was a bit like, that just seems really odd, and like the line that gets crossed is, I have no privacy. Like if I bought something on Amazon, they wanted to know what it was. If I bought crypto, they wanted to know what crypto I bought, and how much I invested. How much have I invested? When did I start investing? The list goes on. But it was very clear that it was more focused on the crypto element of everything that I've got coming in and out of the bank account, right? So anyway, that call ended. I said to Nick, I really didn't think that was going to be the end of the matter. And lo and behold, today we're in our weekly business meeting, and the phone goes again. I ignored it, and they phoned my wife. My wife obviously passed me the phone because really they want to talk to me. So I spent another, 2 hours or so on the phone with them again today, basically answering the same questions I had already answered. Basically, in a nutshell, I was told, I needed to supply some additional paperwork to verify what I was saying, basically. And this paperwork initially started off as all the transaction detail and history for Coinbase, which is one of the platforms that had engaged with my Santander bank account. It's one of the off ramps that I had been using. So I had been using Coinbase, and I had also used PayPal. And because I had used Coinbase, they established from that the PayPal transactions were also related to cryptocurrency. So they managed to join those dots together themselves. But in essence, I don't mind answering questions, but I got to a point where I was just like, I feel like there's a trust issue here. And that for me was a line crossed, because several lines have been crossed over the last couple of weeks with my bank Santander. And in essence, if I didn't give them this information for Coinbase transactions, they were going to close my account down. And basically I had 28 days before my account would be frozen, and I wouldn't have access to my funds. So I asked to, because my mortgage is also with Santander, so I decided to ask the question, well, what reflection does this have on my mortgage and other accounts that I've got set up with Santander? So I got passed from pillar to post. Doesn't impact my mortgage and other things that I've got going on with Santander. It is just the current account that I've got with them that they have the concern, and they will close down and freeze. So at that point, like, a threat has been made to close down my bank account because of the crypto related purchases that I'm making. And I think that is just obscene. I obviously wanted to make a complaint. I established my complaint and asked for a subject access request. They thought I just meant the phone calls because they're all recorded, but actually I wanted the case handler's notes and everything related to myself and my wife, and that's going to be handled, and I'm going to seek legal advice. But what I would also say is what I established from further questioning with the agents on the phone is it's not really that they don't trust me. It's really that they want to know where my crypto is currently held. They wanted to know the size of my portfolio. They wanted to know each and every single cryptocurrency that I was invested in. And they, like I say, they wanted to know where my crypto was held. They wanted my crypto address, wallet address. They wanted to know, where that was stored. They wanted all of this information related to my cryptocurrency. So I am obviously financially free. I'm not. How can I kind of word this? Because none of this is scripted, right? This is just, what's happened today, and I'm still in shock about it. It's unreal. But like, how can I explain this? Like, there's a line of privacy that has been crossed with this for me. I feel like I've got no privacy now. Like, I can't have privacy and bank with Santander. It's a joke. But the real scary thing for me is the fact that if I was to give my wallet address and details of where I keep my cryptocurrency, I think that puts me at immense risk, in the respect that I don't know who it is that I'm talking to on the end of the phone. I know they're a Santander employee, but I don't know if they're a gang member. I don't know if they're part of some illegal activity. What's to say that I gave them all of this information? They've already got my address. They know where I live. Now they know where I hold my cryptocurrency. And, what's to stop, a gang of people coming and breaking into my house, and, all sorts of different things go through your mind and stealing my crypto for me to never see it again. Immense risk to me, and they assure me that they don't share any information apart from perhaps with regulators, but there's nothing to really stop one of their employees going rogue. And we've seen this with other employees. If we look at Ledger recently, it was an employee that was at fault for wallets getting drained. Maybe that was an accident. Maybe that wasn't an accident. And, that's the concerns that I've got. Now, I'm very risk, aware, which is why I don't just have one bank account. It's why I don't just have one wallet address, why I don't just use one exchange and hold all of my crypto on there. And I know that a lot of people watching this video are probably thinking, well, it's not really me. I'm not really transferring that much money. But if you're investing in cryptocurrency, I truly believe that this bull market is going to be the biggest in history. There's going to be, new millionaires and billionaires made in this bull market. And you might not find yourself in this position now, but you could find yourself in this position in the bull run. And I think that people should boycott Santander if they're invested in cryptocurrency. I think that my preference would be to warn people that Santander are doing this. They might not have contacted you now, but they're likely to contact you at some point. And, it's better to be ahead of the curve than behind the curve and being in the position that I'm in. I've always been an advocate for Santander up until this point. And, the threat of closing down my bank account and freezing, the money that I have in there doesn't scare me. It doesn't intimidate me. But what I would say, that is because I'm financially free, very well, focused on what potential risks there are out there to my financial situation. You might find yourself in a situation where you're, paycheck to paycheck. Perhaps you've got loans with your Santander bank. And if they were to threaten to close all of that down, are you going to be able to repay that loan? Are you going to be able to financially support yourself, just move bank and not have a worry in the world about it? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's food for thought. You've definitely got to start thinking about this stuff. It's worrying, the amount of step that I've seen. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but that they've stepped across a privacy line for me. They've stepped beyond what is required. The fact that I answered all of these questions should have been sufficient enough. I've been open and honest about how much money I invested in cryptocurrency, what I started with, what I've got now, what cryptocurrencies I'm invested in, and all that stuff. So yeah, look, me and Nick are very public people when it comes to our crypto assets side of things. And, this stuff, comes as a real shock to me. Today I have been obviously spending a lot of time setting up a separate joint bank account, because this wasn't just my bank account. My wife and I had this bank account, and we've gone and set up another one, and we're moving assets out of that said bank, Santander. And look, still in shock. This has literally just happened, and I've just got back from my new bank that I'm going to be banking with, and after setting up that account. So it's been very much, I've got off the phone, I've gone and changed my bank account, and I'm now currently withdrawing all of the assets that I hold in my Santander account and closing the fucker down. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions on this. I would really appreciate people sharing this particular video, because I think it needs to be shared. I think media need to be all over this, talking about it. I'm going to bring it up in all of the most prominent interviews that I've got over the coming weeks. This is not what you want in the lead up to Christmas, particularly feeling like you're a criminal, or made to feel like you're a criminal when you've done nothing wrong. It's absolutely disgusting, vile, and Santander should be fucking ashamed of themselves. So I'm going to leave it there, just because I'm angry, and this stuff just shouldn't happen. But at the same time, I really want our community to be fully aware of what's happened here, and I want you to be able to protect yourself. So if you want to jump into our Discord, have more meaningful conversations with us, perhaps become a member. I'm happy to talk about this stuff on the AMA openly, transparently, in true cheeky crypto form. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Apologies you didn't get a walk and talk. Nick will be doing that on the other channel, so you can still get hold of that. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.